Check it out one time. Hands up. Check it out, yo. Breaker 1-9 for the soundboards. What we get down for. Every now and then, you know we going for the crown more. When it comes to bars, I just brainstorm downpour. Holding down the fort with support, just an outpour. Shutting down the inside, still rocking outdoors. Even when the game graduated to the sophomore. Dilated than gangstar. I keep the influence alive when they slang bars. They can't hang when the beats band kids try to act hard. I've been rocking mics since rocking parties backyard. Looking down Bronx, giving props to the birthplace. Street front and you sound the third base. So what's the worst case? Listen up, class back in session. Or what's the kid writing rhymes in detention? MD's back, class back in session. Class back in session. Class back in session. Class back in session. Let me get inside the mindset of blind bats. Haven't reached the prime yet. Manifest a deal, but I haven't even signed yet. First you gotta picture it, then you affirm it every day. It's ridiculous, y'all peep the syllabus. 25 cylinders, rhyme for some action. Time for some blast in this blue bat, mashing on the gas. Like I'm 25, still rocking many shows. Still rocking the mic, rocking any rocking shows for the whole month. Killing shit ox style like a gold front. Damn dog, you done finished up the whole blunt. You ain't even save me some, coming through no stunts. Back at the lab once again with the formula. Formulate the plan, Mr. Officer, they never follow rules up in Florida. Body bag the beats called coroner. All of the above with the best choice. Bass cap seeking from the ox with the fresh voice. Still got heat, 2022 the orphan still got beats and we out. Class back in session. Class back in session. Class back in session. Class back in session. Let me get inside the mindset of rhyme bats. Haven't reached the prime yet. Dwelling in the underground, I haven't even signed yet. Industry obstacles to learn how to sidestep. Fighting for the top-notch spot, this is my rap. You ain't the main course, homie, I'm the main event. I live for the shit that think I'm just paying rent. Crush competition, no questions asked. I got the bars locked and loaded, use the next blast. Still got the fire in me. Battle call the fire marshal, hip-hop apostle. Going full throttle like a swab in the nostril. Spitting rap gospels. Recognize the rap style is hostile. I'll take you back to my natural state when it sounds like I'm rhyming over analog tapes. Get papes on the regular right before the sunrise. And the P-rolls coming in fun size. I only reappear when it's time like Candyman. Ripping MCs from Delaware to Maryland. And I got the record crates in the caravan. Blowing up the underground like a fucking Taliban. Class back in session. Class back in session. Class back in session. Class back in session.
You were tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diganddaily.com. This is The Way Radio. Right here, broadcasting live from Hot Box Studio. And as always, class is in session. We got a special guest for y'all that don't know. You're about to learn right now. Who do we got in studio today, bro? Introduce yourself.
Yo, what up, guys? It's MARLON D. What up, showing up?
What up, homeboy? What up? Dope track. Let's talk about that real quick. Before we get into everything, introduce that track that we just played right now.
Yo, man, the name of that song is called Class in Session, off my next album called The Orphan. And, yeah, it's one of the lead singles, so you're the first one to hear it, the first one to play it. Thank you.
No doubt. And before anybody, we hit that again. He made a very good point right now. This is off a album called The Orphan. It has not been released yet. All 4 tracks you're hearing tonight, unreleased. You are getting to hear it for the first time. So if you're hearing it right now, big ups. If you're rewatching this interview, big ups. We got a lot of shit that we're going to break down today.
Thanks, man.
No doubt. So first and foremost, for those that don't know, that need to know, who is MARLON D?
I'm an MC from Oxnard, California. Currently living in San Diego right now. Yeah, I also have a podcast, and I also work with kids with autism, so that sums up my life, you know.
That's what's up. Let me ask you this, Marlon D. When did you start actually getting into this crazy culture of hip hop?
I started writing rhymes at the age of 10. I had a group in high school called Salty Peanuts. And,
Salty Peanuts?
Yes.
Who did that consist of?
It was me, 2 other MCs, 1 DJ, and one cat that can beatbox. There was 5 of us. And we actually had the group from like all 4 years of high school all the way to my first year of college.
Damn.
We dropped an EP called Track Season. And shortly after, I dropped my first album and just went solo in 06. And yeah, I've been dropping albums ever since, every year. And if I didn't drop an album, I definitely dropped a mixtape. And this is album number 12 right here coming up.
Nice,
you know?
nice. Let me ask you this: what's better or what's fun for you to do, albums or mixtapes?
Mixtapes are fun because I have more freedom to you know, pick the beats that I just want to have fun with sometimes. But
Yeah.
as far as the album, it's more serious and more stress, more stress involved. Trying to make it perfect, trying to make it sound perfect. You know.
So what kind of perfection are you achieving on an album? Like, what are the things that Marlon D, when he goes into the studio and he's achieving perfection, what are you doing to achieve that?
I think we're just trying to get the mix right, trying to bump it in different speakers. If the vocals got to be turned up, you got to turn it up. If you got to turn it down, or just the volume levels. And I feel like listening to it in like car speakers never lie, you know. If it sounds good in the car, I think it's good to go. And just trying to make it sound perfect in my ears.
What about lyrically, man? What's harder for you to do, mixtapes or albums?
I think albums are harder because I'm trying to make it. There's a theme and there's a message that we're trying to do in every song, you know. So not only the beats got to be right, but the hooks got to be right.
Yeah. Right here on the album, the album that you're gonna drop, you said sometime next year, within the beginning, first quarter, maybe second quarter of the year, The Orphan. What are you trying? What's the symbolism behind the album? The name. Like, what do you mean by The Orphan?
To be honest with you, that's how I feel about my life sometimes, you know. As we grow into our manhood, sometimes we feel like we're all alone in our problems in this world, and we can't turn to family or friends because nobody understands the pressure. But I'm 2 songs away from finishing it, and
Nice.
I think I'm just nervous, sure enough. I think I'm nervous of putting it out. It's been 1 year, almost a year since my last album, and you know, I care about the craft still, so yeah. I'm nervous, you know.
I mean, shit, it's an album, bro. I mean, every album is a reflection of you, man. I mean, even I'll say this, you know, even when doing interviews, when I'm interviewing cats and we're bringing in people, sometimes I'm nervous too. Is who we're bringing in going to be a dope reflection of who we are?
Yeah.
And you know, and that's just me doing, or just us doing a podcast and trying to put something out there that A, will benefit the culture, and B, enlighten people about artists that don't really necessarily get the chance or the shine they deserve. So with an album, shit, if I was an MC and I was doing an album, hell yeah, I'd be fucking nervous, dog.
Yeah, because
You know, there's a lot that you put into it, bro. You know?
it's for the world to hear, and once you put it out there, it's not yours no more. It's everybody's.
So this being your 12th album, man, how did you approach this album differently than you would other albums?
You know what? So ever since the pandemic started, I've been in the studio more, and I've just been working in the studio. And I dropped an album in 2020 called Act 2. I dropped one in 2021 called 13th and Broadway, and I dropped a mixtape earlier this year called MD Rarities and Remixes. I dropped it January 1st, 2022, and I'm just trying to stay consistent enough. I'm just trying to stay consistent with the releases and the shows, and you know, live for us artists, it was difficult when the pandemic started, when a lot of things got canceled for like a year and a half. And I think I'm just trying to compensate for lost time, because when my album Act 2 came out, I didn't get a chance to hit the road because everything was canceled. So as soon as it opened up again, man, I just got back on the road, just
Nice.
trying to attack the shows again, you know?
Where you been performing at?
Man, like LA, sometimes Brawley. I did Santa Maria.
Nice.
Nothing out of state yet, but just different. Yeah, you know, San Diego, of course. Orange County. I've been hitting up Orange County again. Definitely Southern Cali again, and
Nice.
it feels good to be out there and receiving that live feedback from the people when you're doing the show live. You know.
Nice. And you do hosting too, right? You host a lot of shows.
No, I don't host, but I do have my own podcast. I got Empty Podcast, and that kind of came out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
When everything got canceled, I had to find a way to get creative and to find a way to stay working at home.
Yeah. So how has that helped your creativity?
I think interviewing different artists, different mental health practitioners, teachers, healers, all that, man. Enough, like I was just inspired by everybody's story and how we maneuvered through the pandemic, and it inspired me because I think mental health is something that we need to take care of more, and I've just been rapping about mental health lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So the you think your real life has been actually pouring in a lot more into your rhymes lately, especially with the album we're gonna come out with?
yeah, like it's always personal. It's always personal what I rap about, but it's been more spiritual too lately, a little bit more political than usual, but definitely a lot of self-reflection on how I can improve as a human being, you know?
Yeah.
Just trying to work on other things these days. Sure enough, like I was just telling my friend the other day, like I don't care about being a great rapper anymore. Sometimes I just have to be a better son. I have to be a better brother. I have to be a better uncle.
That's what's up.
I have to be a better friend. And to be honest, that's what I've been focusing on lately. And yeah, that probably spilled over the rhymes, you know.
But I don't think. But even with those statements that you made, those are both statements. You know, hey man, I congratulate you on doing that. But don't you feel like when you become a better brother, better uncle, better son, in a way, because life imitates art, it does pour into the perfection of being a better MC, because now you're looking at it from a whole different view than you were before.
Yes, and I think maturity, as we grow older, like we get a little bit more wiser and mature and learn from our mistakes, and trying to be a better partner to our partner, our significant other, you know.
Yeah.
Even that sometimes it takes a lot of work, and I've been in therapy. I've been in therapy since the pandemic started, and it's much needed, and it's helped me, bro. Like I'm still in therapy, and yeah, it's definitely spilling over the songs.
You know what,
For
bro?
sure.
I'll give you props, bro. Thank you for saying that you're in therapy, because you know what, we got to make sure and we're using this platform to get education out there to people.
Yeah, man.
But that's dope, man. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. There's nothing. People need to get that out of their mind and be like, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes being able to speak to somebody and having a second opinion on what's going on, or what they're interpreting, or what you're seeing, or just having someone question you to be like, oh well, why do you think this, and have you look differently? You know, it opens up that third eye, man.
Yes, and we all got room for improvement.
That's what's up, brother. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. How was being an Oxnard MC changed now that you're in San Diego?
To be honest, I do get homesick.
Really? That's what's up.
I love San Diego, by the way, but yeah, I do get homesick, and I miss the city, and and I did a show recently, not in the Ox, but in 805 County. I did a show in Simi Valley with Mike Bless.
Nice.
A couple months ago, and I do miss the city, and
Yeah.
I wish I could be involved in more shows out there, and I want to be, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Off this album, The Orphan, man. I want to get into another track right now. Gray Skies. Talk about that, man. Introduce that real quick.
Gray Skies is produced by DJ Space. And by the way, the first joint, Class in Session, was produced by Clutch from the Ox, but this one's produced by DJ Space. And I kind of gave a shout to the homeland. I had to give a shout to the Philippines, you know. just our different issues in America, and just at the same time not forgetting my homeland where I'm from, you know.
That's what's up. Here it is right here, diggingdaily.com. This is The Way Radio. Mike, Marlon D, right here. Gray skies.
Mic check, 1, 2, and good morning, America. Good night, Philippines. And to the world. Check it out, yo. The gray skies, the fake guys, the snake eyes, cops on the loose, and the purpose is to take lives. I get affected on the daily, so I take 5. I give props to J5 and J Live. I break bread with real heads. My folks spoke, my dope is flows like open shows. My folks grows the most part. My life had a close heart. Getting to the destination with a slow start. Voices in my head, the Ox City Mozart. Still taking risks, I'ma go where the ghosts are. The block's like a ghost town, nighttime it goes down. Real MCs breaking syllables and pronouns. They don't believe me, but the world's under surveillance. I'm a homo sapien, zombies and aliens. I don't got no cryptocurrency or NFTs. In this metaverse or Coinbase, my expertise to get this cheese. Matrix, extra sleeve. Gotta stop applying pressure so my neck can breathe. Yo, I ain't stopping till the prophecy's fulfilled. Not hypocrisy, the shit is getting real. Good morning, America. Good night, Philippines. I don't even know what that really means. I'm a real folks, get your hands up. I'm a working class folks, better stand up. Good morning, America. Good night, Philippines. I don't even know what that really means. So I'm a real folks, get your hands up. So I'm a working class folks, better stand up. Nowadays they give me flowers and I don't know how to take them. Bad habits keep bringing me down, I gotta break them. Sicker with the wordplay, my 38th birthday is coming up, but listen to the ground and what the earth say. Wherever my verse lay, I'm a true professional. The way they fucking up the game, it's not even ethical. I'm trying to get it close to perfection, even if nobody ever gave me a direction. Past introspection, the spots that I used to rock, I follow up and deliver just like a booster shot. I'm trying to take the units to a higher place. Space links me with the beats, still rhyme in place. Bring the horns in where the trumpets at. I'm back on the scene with the black bucket hat. Ox City rugged raps, like what the fuck is that? I'm addicted to the chaos where the ruckus at. Good morning, America. Good night, Philippines. I don't even know what that really means. I'm a real folks, get your hands up. I'm a working class folks, better stand up. Good morning, America. Good night, Philippines. I don't even know what that really means. So I'm a real folks, get your hands up. So I'm a working class folks, better stand up.
You were tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdaily.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios, Northeast Los Angeles, 90042. As always, we got special guests. Marlon D.
What up, showing up?
Dropping down some fucking dope-ass content for you guys to listen to off of his new album that has yet to be released. Will be released next year, The Orphan. Real quick, man, how do you link up with your producers or your DJs as far as knowing who's gonna go on what track on what album?
Man, I've met a lot of producers through the shows, you know. Meet them on the road at the shows, straight up, just building, just networking and keeping in touch through the years and communication, you know. I'm working with people that in Seattle, getting some beats from the Philippines, sometimes San Francisco. Just technology it's an email away, and I wish we can be closer in the studio, but we all live far, so technology is just the way to go sometimes.
Nice. Is there like a formula that you use when it comes to making a track or putting your tracks onto an album?
So I try to write rhymes every day, showing up, like with or without a beat. I try to write every day, and as far as like going through beats, I go through beats every time producers send me beats. So as long as I have time to go to the studio, I definitely transfer those rhymes into the beats or maybe I listen to the beat first and write the verse to that, but I also write without a beat, you know? I just got to find studio time to book it and you know. try to knock out 2 joints, three joints per session, you know.
Yeah. What's for you yourself? What do you prefer? Do you prefer like actually walking into a studio, doing it like that, and like a because you know nowadays there's a lot of home studios.
Yeah.
Do you prefer keeping it old school and going into a professional studio, rocking what you're doing, or would you prefer having that more one-on-one, a lot more intimate with like somebody's home studio?
You know what? I've been to both, and it doesn't matter what your equipment is. If you don't know how to mix, then it's not going to sound good. It can be a laptop, it can be a Mac that we're working with at your living room, and two little monitors, but if you know what you're doing, it's gonna sound dope.
Yeah.
So I've been to both. So it's about the engineer. So I want to give a shout out to Hash Beats, my boy EJ, City Boy Ghost. That's just been like engineering and mixing my last 3 albums and the last 5 mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Let me ask you this, man. For your mixtapes, man, do you feel like you have to do mixtapes? Because it seems like nowadays not a lot of MCs are doing mixtapes. It just seems like they're doing like off songs or like a track that's already been produced, already been done. They're kind of flipping it, and they're just doing like a track here, a track there, still working on the album. I mean, how do you feel you have to like keep doing mixtapes?
You know what? It's just like the old school. I hate to sound like that rapper that just got old and didn't adapt, you know, but
oh shit.
But like I gotta admit, man, the old school in me, yes, I still do it. And why do I do it? To me, it's just good practice. I think, for example, for the last mixtape, I did like some Large Professor beats where he did a mashup with Marvin Gaye and Jackson 5 beats, and I wanted to know how I sounded over that. And of course, Ninth Wonder and Madlib beats. Of course, J Dilla beats that I always mess with. You know, like I just think it's good practice for me to warm up for the next album. So that's why I do it. And for something for people to listen to while I'm working on the next album, you know?
And you know what, to touch base on what you said about adapting, I mean, yeah, it's cool to adapt, but you know what, there's just I feel there's some things in the culture that shouldn't change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if doing a mixtape is something that people feel like, oh man, you know, that's old head shit, you know what, you gotta kind of pay tribute to the old school and kind of keep some things, you know, in the Bible of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And I feel you. I'll agree with you on that. I think mixtapes from artists are dope because it shows a different side of an artist.
Yes, I think you can show your versatility a little more.
Because I'm not gonna say names or anything like that, but there's a lot of MCs that just do albums that I feel that they have a formula. They sound the same on every track. They sound the same on it. I'm like, come on, man, you sound like I want to hear some variety on it. I think definitely fucking with some mixtapes will do that for some artists that need it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You know, versatility is important.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like the beats you pick is critical too. You know, so in any way that I can connect to the youth a little more,
yeah,
I would love to do it because I think they need more guidance these days too. The youth. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect, like I'm not a role model or nothing, but I'm just saying like if we can get to the youth a little more, I think we can make a difference as artists, and we do have a responsibility to keep it positive in such a dark times right now.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah.
Versatility is key, man. Let me ask you this: how do you stay versatile when you're doing a podcast and then you're working on an album? Because that's two totally different point of views or two totally different perspectives of a human being. I mean, shit. I'm not an MC. I'm a DJ. And I do interviews. We do the podcast. I don't always do the interviews. Big ups to Skinny Brown. He's with his daughter today. He normally does the interviews. But, you know, if I got to come in and sit down and do some interviews, I do my interviews. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But as a DJ, for me, it's just like, hey, I'd rather be behind the decks. So as an MC hosting a podcast, how do you stay, you know, how do you stay in tune with all that? Because that's a lot to be in tune with.
I think the key to, just my opinion, I think the key to a great podcast, especially if you have a guest on, is to like let the guests express their views on their like especially artists. Like everybody got a method to their madness.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think to get that out of an artist, to get 1 hour out of him, you gotta ask the right questions to kind of really pick his brain. So I just try to get to know people a little bit more and take it back to the past. Like I take it back to childhood. You know, I ask people where they grew up because I think it's a big influence of who you are and who you became. And I ask people a little bit more about family and because I think the family you come from also shapes who you become sometimes, you know. And
I agree.
And I'm in therapy lately, right? So how do I balance all this? You know what? Sure enough, I don't know, because my therapist asked me the same thing, right? And
Oh shit.
but what I did tell her is I said, you know what? I'm a workaholic, and I don't know why. I think I know why. I think I'm trying to run away from some things that I don't like. I can't fix sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what, bro? Recently, God's good, and I've been resolving a lot of conflicts lately in my life.
Congratulations.
And it feels good, man. It
That's
kind
good.
of felt free, a little bit more free.
Dope.
So that was an accomplishment, and just trying to be there for my family more, trying to fix that, you know. It's a challenge, bro. Life's a challenge, but I'm trying to get better. I don't know how I started talking about this. My bad.
No worries, no worries. Hey, we were talking, and hey, it segued into what the question was. You know, hey, how do you manage it? And that's what it segued into, bro. You never gotta apologize right here, Doug. We're another form of therapy for artists that give them an opportunity for them to speak their part. Because you know what, when you coming through right here, Digging Daily, Hotbox Studios, why not get a little bit more into it? Let your artists know you, bro. This is what we're for. Let your fans. Let everyone tuning in get to know a little bit more about Marlon D.
So let me tell a story real quick about Digging Daily Husky Radio. All right, whatever you want to call it, showing up. All right.
Yeah.
First time I met these cats was in 2009. I want to give shouts to Roxy. Back in 08, 09, Roxy took me on the road and took me show, made me like, you know, like I opened for shows and for Roxy, and I was just a student watching him move, and he took me to Husky Radio, and ever since then it's been a great relationship. And shouts to Roxy, man, and shouts to Husky Radio for always showing love and Digging Daily. And we always kept in touch, and every time I dropped an album, I made it to a point to come through and promote it, because it was like a stamp, you know. Like, I needed to come through Husky, I needed to come through Digging Daily and played for them, you know. And
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
That was always important for me.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that we could be that place for you to come through and do that, man. That's the whole reason why we're here.
But yeah, I love that first spot that we went to, and then to the barbershop, and to this spot. I just love the transition, and I supported y'all all
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
years.
What is it? Just like MCs, dog. Studios got to change. You got to grow. You got to be versatile. And you know, within every new environment, new things can occur. And right now, in this environment where we're at now, big ups Hotbox Studios. Big ups to the homie Boxer for letting us have this here, giving us somewhere to be at. You know, you're gonna see a whole different show, and people, I hope you enjoy it. Let's talk a little bit more, dog, real quick. You know, you're out there in San Diego right now, man. How's the hip hop scene in San Diego compared to like Oxnard, even Los Angeles? Like, how is it out there? To be, and be honest, as honest as you can be.
There's a lot of talent in San Diego, man.
Really?
A lot of dope MCs, a lot of dope producers, dope DJs. It's bubbling out there right now. And I moved there in 2010, and it's almost been 12 years this summer. And
Nice.
Shouts to DJ Rifa, shouts to the whole movement out there. A lot of talented artists, and I try to get involved too as much as I can.
Nice.
So yeah.
So would you rather
talent.
rock a show in San Diego or rock a show in Oxnard?
Both.
There you go, beat like political right there.
Both.
Political. That's what's up.
Because you know what? Two different scenes.
Yeah.
Two different scenes and two different energies, but
What are the energies like in San Diego? Like honestly, because I'll be honest, in LA, you know, we're oversaturated. You know, well, maybe not so much now because of COVID. COVID kind of fucked up a lot of things. But back in the day, I kind of felt like we were oversaturated. Everybody wanted to be a promoter. Everybody wanted to be an MC. So I definitely.
Where you at? You crazy? Go ahead.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know. The LA scene for me, it kind of feels like it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
But because honestly, in any given Friday, if back in the day you could walk out, there was 5 or 6 different shows going on, maybe more.
Yeah.
That and that was just like the bigger promoters. That's not including the smaller acts or the smaller groups of people that were doing shows. So you could really get caught up in like multiple things going on in one day. But how was it like in San Diego, man?
There's a lot of there's shows every week.
Yeah.
Thursday through Sunday. Sometimes in the middle of the week, different promoters. North SD, South SD, all got different artists out there that's throwing their events.
Yeah.
And it transitioned from, and I was there at a time in San Diego where when the dispensary shows and the weed events, the cannabis events.
Dope, yeah.
When it started transitioning to that, it became even more spread out.
Oh, dope.
And gave more artists platforms,
Nice.
There's a lot of opportunities to perform in San Diego.
Nice. Is there like cliques? Only people only run with certain cliques, or if you're affiliated with this clique, is it like that? I'm being honest. I want to know, Doug. I want to know. I'm being honest. I'm not trying to make it difficult. If it's too hard of a question, man. You don't gotta answer it, bro.
No, I'm laughing because Shonov is a great interviewer. I mean, I always knew that. But I was like, damn, this fool is pretty good. Like, you're gonna get me in trouble. No, just kidding. You know what? Isn't it like that everywhere or no?
Yeah, no, yeah. That's what I ain't gonna lie. I've been, I don't know. I've been out of state. I've been to a couple different shows.
Yeah.
And I've seen people perform in different areas, but to be honest, I've never been to a San Diego show. I'm not gonna lie to you. So for me, I just want to know. You've been out there, so I'm just like, I want to, I'm not asking. It's not that I'm a great interviewer. It's just that I'm curious to know. One always seeks knowledge, bro. And if I have somebody in front of me that can give me some information that I'm looking for, I'm gonna get it from you, Doug. I'm gonna get it from you.
I feel like it's like that everywhere. And,
yeah.
But you know what? It's all right because I'm in this to make music and to perform. I just want to perform.
But you seem like this type of cat that's just gonna navigate his way through all that bullshit. Like you've always been fucking super chill and cool with me, dog. And I always felt like you just seem like that cat that's just like, that's their shit. I just want to perform.
Yeah, I
want to do my music.
I just want to rap. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy to do it. And as I get older, it's important. Oh, back to the therapist.
Yeah.
I told her as I get older, I just want to keep doing what I love. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be ups and downs in this music industry.
Yeah.
There's gonna be times where your career's popping, and there's times you're not. And there's times where you're getting booked a lot, and there's a dry spell where you're not.
Yeah.
Sometimes your streams are up, sometimes it's down, and but you know what? You become a veteran at this.
Yeah.
When you put years behind this.
Nice. Yeah, that's true.
And how do I say this, man? Like, we're supposed to learn, bro. Like,
yeah.
I took a lot of L's.
We all do. I think, but you know what though? I think.
Well, how do you think I'm in therapy?
But you know what though? I think the biggest that's all good. The biggest thing about taking L's though is that you got something to learn from now.
Yeah, I took a lot of L's.
We all. I believe me, I've taken plenty myself, though.
And you know what's crazy, Shonuf? You wake up one day and you're 37.
Bro, I was 37. I'll put it like this: I was 37 3 years ago.
And it seemed like yesterday I was 21, still having fun at this, and life happens, bro. We move to different cities, we land different jobs, fuck up at different relationships,
Yeah.
Fuck up some friendships, fallouts.
But that's life.
Industry fallouts.
But that's life.
It's life.
It's life. And I'll be honest right now, really, and really, really think how many homies from when you're from 9th grade, let's say 9th grade from high school, when you started high school, how many homies do you really, really talk to today? And now put that into perspective when it comes to music. Because in this industry's crazy, bro. This industry's crazy. You know, the same way you said it, ups and downs. You're streaming hard today, you're not streaming hard tomorrow. You know, that fucks with a lot. Because think about MCs. MCs have egos, dog. MCs have egos, and being hot today and not being hot tomorrow can really fuck with somebody when they have that big ego, dog. That's why I can never be an MC, dog. I'd rather be a DJ. At the DJ, you can sit in the back. Nobody really knows who the DJ is. You know, they just know he's rocking it. Oh, this fool's rocking it. This fool's rocking it. And a DJ can come and go as he pleases without really having to get that recognition, like being that far up front. Unless you're like super dope, like a Mixmaster Mike, you know, on that caliber level shit. But where I'm at, I love just being. I just love being, you know, being able to flop in, flop out, not even being noticed, but knowing, oh damn, whoever's on the decks right now is killing it. You know, there's a difference between that and being an MC.
But you know what?
Tell me.
What I'm learning too is like, when you're wrong, when you're the one wrong, you gotta apologize.
Oh, true that.
When you know you're the one wrong, you know,
Yeah.
and, you gotta apologize. And I've been learning that too about myself. Sometimes I had to be the one to apologize. You know.
Yep.
You know, I was so burned out. I was so burned out from the music industry.
Yeah.
I took a break.
Let me ask you this, man,
I took a
because
break and-
for you to say that you're burned out on the music industry, you're in the industry, but you're not. We're not at commercial level. Do you think that if you were to, let's say, the Orphan album comes out, blows up, do you think you'd be able to handle the pressure of commercial success?
Probably not. I'm just kidding.
Let's be honest. Be honest.
You know, probably not. But that's why I'm trying to just be better as a person. You know?
Yeah.
Just trying to really be comfortable in my own skin and really accept who I am.
Word.
Because I got a lot of flaws and in 2018, bro, I was so burned out. I took a break after I dropped Shadows 3. I took a break. I pursued some, acting. I was doing some theater and some
nice
some indie films, you know.
Yeah.
And I did it for like from 2018 all the way to 2019. And even though I stopped doing shows that year, I stayed in the studio. So around the time Nipsey Hussle died, man, like something about that just kind of like, I was just like, damn, dude, like this is fucked up. Like you can just be taken just like that for everything you worked hard for.
Yeah.
And I started something about that made me just get back to the studio even more, and that's how I started like just getting productive again and just falling in love back into the process of making music. But what I'm learning about this industry, bro, is that if you're burned out, you're allowed to take a break. I used to always think you just have to go at it straight with no breaks and not take care of your mental health when everything around my life was suffering. It's like this, dog, like, I don't know, it's weird, like, you can't have both.
But how much?
I don't know if
but
you
how
can
much?
have both.
Let me ask you this: How much is of what you said? Because I understand where you're coming from. I get what you're coming from. But how much of that is Marlon D, the person, compared to Marlon D, the artist, the MC? Where's the conflict within that gets you like, I have to be productive all the time? Like, how much of the artist interferes with the Marlon D, the person, or vice versa?
Man, you're a great therapist too. You know that though, show enough.
No worry. Thank you, brother. I just want to know, because I'm being honest with you, dog. I've had those demons within myself as just me being a part of this. You know, you know, it's never easy for anybody, because then within the background there's snakes. There's people that want to be your friend because they're going to benefit from you. So you got to kind of try to figure out how you could weed those people out. And then you got homies that are down for you now but won't be down for you tomorrow, because, you know, they're going to do other things and move on, which is fine. Perfection. We got to encourage each other. All of us have to encourage each other to keep moving forward. You can't expect everybody to stay in the same position that they were. You know, was it in a team, there can only be one Kobe. You can't have 5 Kobes, homie. It's never gonna work out.
Shit.
But to be honest with you, like I said, how much of everything that you went through when you went through that time and you took that time off, how much did you realize that the time off was needed by Marlon the person compared to Marlon the MC? were you able to see the difference between the two, or did they just blend in together the whole time?
The time that I needed off, I needed that for both. Like,
Oh shit, interesting.
I needed that because like this hip hop game, man, had my heart broken at one point, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I started out just as a kid loving this.
Yeah.
Just as a fan, and I still am. I'm not a kid no more, but I still feel like a kid when they listen to hip hop.
But you still love it.
And I still love it like I was a kid.
Yeah, you still love it because you're still dropping albums, and you're dropping The Orphan next year, and you're 2 tracks away from finishing an album that you said, based off of this interview, is a reflection of you.
Yes.
And I think as artists, that's where artists need to go. Artists have a hard time being themselves. Everybody tries to make an album to be somebody else, or to be this image or this marketing ploy, because that's what's gonna sell albums. Fuck selling albums. What happened to just making music to be yourself?
It's therapeutic. Speaking of therapy, it was therapeutic for me to stay in studio and like, you know, this game. It sometimes this shit can leave you broken if you let it. And I used to let it.
Yeah.
I used to let it have me broken, and I just started trying to love myself more, dude, and just try to also set boundaries, know how to set boundaries with others, learn how to say no.
Yeah.
And like, and yes, of course, our circle gets smaller as the years go by, and sometimes it's my fault, sometimes it's their fault, and
Yeah.
if it was my fault, I've been trying to like amend that lately.
Yeah.
And you know what I've been praying to God lately, and what I've been rapping about lately? I've been rapping about, Lord, please just give me some time to fix everything I broke.
Yeah, that's what's up, dog. That's dope.
Give me some time to fix everything I broke in my 20s and 30s, now that I'm coming into my late 30s.
Yeah.
Like, I know sometimes I feel like it's too late, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
It's never too late.
So
It's never too late.
that's what I've been rapping about lately.
That's what's up, man.
Shit like that, you know. But also what's going on in America. Obviously, there's some dark times right now, and just it's a different United States, man. And I've been rapping about that.
So let me ask you this: you talk about that. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Voice Up. What's that track about?
Voice Up is track 2 off the album. It's just had that boom bap sound that I started with. That people know my music for, that does follow me, you know. So yeah, it's produced by Alejandro Beats, rapping SD. I met him at a show, been building. He did 3 joints for the album, 2 joints, and this is one of them. Man, this was crazy too. This was dope. San Diego cat, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Word up, here it is right here. Diggingday.com. This is The Way Radio. Marlon D. Track is called Voice Up, off the Orphan LP, coming out next year, early January. Be on the
Hey,
lookout.
you're on our turf, man. Hey, man, I cut you up so bad. You gonna wish I don't cut you up so bad.
Turn my voice up. They said turn the voice down. Turn the noise up. They said turn the noise down. Turn my voice up. They say turn my voice down. Turn the noise up. They say turn the noise down. Got the best flows, expos, rap these shows, cross the T's, dot the I's, X and O's. My necklace froze, but check this, the message grows. What's on my death wish to guess this? My rap is stone cold. And these flows hit the road, touch folks and shake hands. I got the drip on lock like I break dance. Rhyme on these break beats, had an escape plan. I used to hit the road and just pack it up in this gray van. Now I'm about to shake up the world like a spray can. Bum rush the stage like a motherfucking craze fan. 2 turntables in the mic, where it started at. Black hoodie starter cap, cardiac, heart attack. Turn my voice up. They said turn the voice down. Turn the noise up. They said turn the noise down. Turn my voice up. They say turn my voice down, down, down. Turn the noise up. They say turn the noise down. When the bell rings, you can let the angels sing. Whatever hell brings. I used to be a reckless king. No necklace bling. My records got access themes. The freshest schemes. The best there is to get this dream. But when the exit, I leave lacerations, marks, and deep gashes. Full activation, act like you ain't seen this. Diamond in the rough, I'm just rhyming. Timing is the essence. The scuff on my Nikes ain't nothing. I came from the bottom ground. No stomping ground, but I still got the sound. Wonder who got the crown. Shake up the solid ground. Off the richest scale, chump, what's popping now? You gotta invest some cash, got the checks up. Rip the mic, burn the stage down, blast up. Back by popular demand like X-Band. Focus on my next plate, never on the next man. Turn my voice up. They said turn the voice down, down, down. Turn the noise up. They said turn the noise down, down, down. Turn my voice up. They say turn my voice down, down, down. Turn the noise up. They say turn the noise down. Boom bap affiliate. I ain't with the silly shit. Nope. I say illy with the wordplay. Infamous. Oxity stomping. When I wasn't popping. Walked around Esplanade Mall window shopping. Now I'm copying clothes that I never got to cop before. I don't understand why they cocky for. I've been on this mindset like I was watching Rocky 4. I had good intentions. Why they trying to stop me for? Skills, what's the deal? I conceal what's real for mass appeal. They done sold these souls for cash for real. In the end, they pretend they just follow the trend. They commit daily sins for some radio spins. I'm known for skills, what's the deal? I conceal what's real for mass appeal. They sold these souls for cash for real. In the end, they pretend they just follow the trend. They commit daily sins for some radio spins. 360 deals got them stuck in the slave shackles. Going up against the grain, that's a great battle. Saddle up the horses, show you what the force is. Give me credit like city college courses. Married to the game, I don't know what a divorce is. Started off rhyming in the front porches. All my people's in the house, turn the noise up. Turn the voice down, turn my voice up. Turn my voice up. They said turn the voice down, down, down. Turn the noise up. They said turn the noise down, down, down. Turn my voice up. They say turn my voice down, down, down. Turn the noise up. They say turn the noise down, 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 down.
You were tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.digandilly.com. Broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios out of the Northeast 90042. This is The Way Radio right here. This is The Way. As always, we got special guests inside the studio. Marlon D. Marlon D right here breaking down a lot of dope ass information for you guys tonight. Let me ask you this, man.
Shouts for showing up, man.
No, shout outs to you for coming through, Doug. Hey, on that track, man. Talk about that track a little bit more. What were you trying to say on that track, Voice Up?
Shit, I'm just trying to get back into MCing, get back on that. Cause you know what? Honestly, like just hearing what Griselda, like everyone from Griselda Records been doing, and just I feel like lyricism is coming back, and I'm just trying to hang. I'm just trying to hang and trying to get back to the rhyme patterns, metaphors.
Nice.
Try to pick some aggressive beats again, because the album got to be balanced out,
Yeah.
It can't be all boom bap either. It got to be like, got to be a balance of different sounds, different vibes. And when I heard that beat, he did that shit live on the beat, on the MPC.
Nice.
And I was like, after the show, I was like, yo, man, what's up? And just started building, gave me like some beats to choose from, and from there, like, I was, see, that's the importance of doing shows.
Yeah.
You meet people like that just takes the album to the next level, next sound,
Nice. And then let me ask you this: for the Orphan album that you're gonna come out with, how many different producers are you rocking with on that album?
I worked with DJ Space a lot, Clutch, DJ. I mean, I'm sorry for forgetting names, but DJ Space, Clutch, and this kid in Escondido, he goes by the homie.
Oh shit, nice.
That's and he did like 4 joints on this.
Nice.
And young, like early 20s, and it's man, I'm humbled and flattered that people still fuck with me, man.
Yeah.
Like
How many tracks on the album are you looking to actually drop?
Right now, dog, I got 18 ready to go.
Oh damn! So this is a real album.
And I got 2 more to make it 20. And shouts to Mike Blast. Me and Mike Blast argue all the time about this, right?
How's the argument go?
No, that's my boy though. He's one of my closest homies in the industry too. Like he's like, yo, that's too much songs, Marlon. Stop doing that. Just drop 12. And I'm like, nah, dog. I need to drop more because that's just how I see it. I just feel like if you got more to say that shit. And, and until you got nothing more to say, then stop. And but I think if I make it at 20, because Act 2 was 20, but 13th and Broadway was actually 13. That's the least that I've ever done. And every time I drop, it's either 17 or more. So that was like, the last album was just 13, produced by Joey Dixon from SD.
Nice.
Joey Dixon produced like all the beats, and Optimize also produced some of that from the last album and this last mixtape. So I've been working with San Diego producers, man, and I'm sorry, I know my mind's a little hazy. I don't want to forget names, but San Diego, Oxnard, it's still a part of my sound too, for sure. And LA and my people's from the Philippines, Moki McFly, he's been sending me beats from the Philippines, like
nice.
All these years. So yeah, my sound has that. I just feel like I'm blessed to work with some unique producers, some unique sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. That's cool, brother. Where can they find? I mean, shit. 12 was it since you said 2008? You've been dropping albums.
Yo, for all my work from my catalog from 2005 to now, you guys can check out mcmarlond.bandcamp.com. But it's also on all digital platforms, all streaming platforms. Just type Marlon D, it'll show up. Yes, and
on the business aspect of that, who helped you get all that to be able to get digital distribution?
I just put it out myself.
Oh, dope.
I just been.
Was it easier than you thought it was?
You know what? You know what I really love about Nipsey too? Like, he was big on ownership.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say I also own my own catalog. And
nice.
He inspired me, man. Like, just of course, like, just what he was talking about away from music and just ownership. And yeah, man, sometimes streams are good, sometimes streams are down,
Yeah.
Sometimes,
do you feel because you did everything on your own for artists, because you let's be honest, bro, you've been doing this for a very long time.
Yes.
12 albums deep. Do you
yes.
And any knowledge that you could break down to these youngsters that are coming up right now that think they could do it? Do you feel, because you took ownership on yourself and you did it yourself, for the new cast coming up, do they need a manager? Do they need a public relations, if there still is a public relation person? Do they need to be a part of a label? Like, from what you've seen in your experience, what do you think is best for artists that are coming up right now, in your opinion?
If you want to be in the music business, please make sure you love music first. And
that's the most important. That's the most important. What is it? Message. No worries.
Yeah, like I was saying is, if you want to be in the music business, make sure you love music first. Make sure you love doing this, especially if you want to get into hip hop. You gotta study the past. Yes, you do have to study the past to understand where this is supposed to be headed. And I think, I'm sorry, man, there's no one-on-one. You just have to go through this.
Damn, straight up, just learn as you go.
Because my perspective when I was 21 dropping my first album, it's not the perspective I have today at 37.
You know what? That's like some mature shit right there that you just said, dog.
I haven't been this, like, hey, dog, I've opened for Scarface.
Yeah.
I've opened for the Dog Pound. Do you feel me though, show now?
Well, you opened up for Roxy, and if Kaz don't know who Roxy is, do your fucking history.
I've opened up for Roxy.
And learn who he is, because you'd be surprised the influences that Roxy and the affiliates that he's a part of, where he reaches. So definitely learn your shit. But yeah.
And being from Oxnard, just like getting a chance to do shows with artists from Stone's Throw Records, and I got a chance to open up for Sean Price and Guru from Gangstar before he died. I've got a chance to open up for The Licks, and my dreams, like Talib Kweli, man. Like I've done so much shows that I can look back on my life that I say I had a good run too, you know.
That's what's up.
But I am getting older, and I'm trying to approach it in a different way, trying to take care of my health more. And I used to let this industry just dictate just my whole schedule and just be caught up in that. I'm just trying to set boundaries these days and just try to balance life and music, you know. But I had to make sure I had to get back and love making music again, man. Like, if you want to get in this artist, just you gotta love making music. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
When that goes away, you will not make it for sure, you know.
Word up.
You gotta do this because you love it and it makes you happy. But if you want to get in the music business, there's no one-on-one. You have to go through it.
Are you open?
Luck.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just kidding.
He said good luck.
Hey, good luck, kids.
Hey, quick question.
Do not get in it. Do not get in it. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you down to work with other MCs or other cats, work on feature shit like that?
Yes. I've worked with Joey Dixon, like Optimize from SD. And as far as Oxnard, I've worked with Mike Blast. I've worked with Inzom, and I wish I could do more. I wish I can collaborate more, and I just gotta reach out more. You know, I'm just trying to get better at that too.
No doubt. So for people right now that are tuning in, if they want to reach out to you and they want to work with you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Just hit me on IG, MD Lens at MD Lens. Yeah, man. Hit me on the email, mcmd805@gmail.com.
Say that one more time.
mcmd805@gmail.com, or just add me on Facebook, Marlon Dido, Twitter at MC Marlon D. Yeah.
There it is right there. First and foremost, man, I want to say thank you for coming through and blessing us with an interview. It's been a long time coming, though.
Yo, showing up.
It's been a long time coming.
You did a great job, man.
I know, man. You did. Hey, hold on. I did a great job. No, you did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Before we dip out and we get into this last track, the last track is actually going to be called Up and Downs. Talk about that. But before you do that, any shout outs, any information that cats need to know as far as where they could find your music one more time, all that good shit before we introduce that last track.
Yo, for all my catalog, mcmarlond.bandcamp.com or all digital platforms, just type Marlon D. I got videos on YouTube, just type Marlon D. The whole catalog's on YouTube. And yes, and add me on Instagram at MDLens. You guys can get updated with the flyers and shows and all the new music coming out soon. I'm almost done with the album, man, and thanks for being the first to play it.
Nah, thank you for blessing our fans with it, brother.
Man, that means a lot to me, man.
That's
Daily
what's up,
was the first to play my shit. And
that's what's up, brother.
That was a good thing. Thank you.
Talk about this track before we close out, Up and Downs.
This is called Ups and Downs, produced by DJ Abel, rapping Long Beach. And I've done some shows with Abel these past couple years, especially when the pandemic was going down. And like, you know, when the venues opened up, I started doing shows, and we've just been building, and he sent me this beat and I liked it. And this is about just the life we live, you know. Sometimes we take L's, sometimes we win.
So this track right here is a reflection of the whole interview we just went through.
Yes.
That's what's up. Marlon D, thank you very much, man. Good luck with the next album.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you guys book this, homie. This is The Way
you.
Radio, right here, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios, 90042 Northeast Los Angeles. All the way down from Oxnard, all the way up to Oxnard, all the way down to San Diego. Marlon D in the spot, dropping us with some tracks off of his new album to be released next year, The Orphan. Make sure you guys check it out. Support those that support you. Marlon D, thank you very much, brother.
Yo, thank you, man. Thank you. To give you ups and downs, all the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it, no, we won't take it. Life is about to give you ups and downs, all the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it, no, we won't take it. This ain't my first trip around the block or the rodeo. Nope. I've been through Alabama shit, all the homies know. True. You lose it all to get it back, how the story goes. Right. It's the more you know, outer space we often go.
I really tried to reach the stars, but it didn't work. You gotta fall in love again like it didn't hurt. Where the angels at? I wonder if they visit Earth. I know pain, but not the pain of giving birth. I got my worst days, I'm slow getting out the bed. All the voices, man, they try to get it out my head. I got problems too, no, I'm not exempt from it. My only coping mechanism was to get blunted. But it's a different day, beginning of a new era. I gotta make a change, yo, I gotta do better. I write verses every time to keep the skill sharp. I rock shows every week, that's the ill part. Life is about to give you ups and downs, all the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it, no, we won't take it. Life is about to give you ups and downs, all the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it, no, we won't take it. I just focus on the craft, but I'm level-headed. If you got a dream, hustle, man, you better get it. I can kick freestyles off the dome piece, over dope beats, still ducking the police. This is the art form, it all started with Mally Mel, Grandmaster Cass, Cool Mo D, I know this well. Shouts to the Cold Crush and Treacherous 3, Grandmaster Fashion, all the family fathers that be. Cause it came from a family tree of MCs. Running down the line, we had to get our minds free. But what happens if Cool Herc never found the patchy, or ever spun the breakbeat? Karma will catch me, and they still live by universal law. You rap about the truth, what you felt, what you saw. We need one mic and two turntables. Signing off, MD and DJ Abel. Life is about to give you ups and downs, all the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it, no, we won't take it. Life is about to give you ups and downs, all the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it, no, we won't take it.